Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective finance reading for the sign of Virgo. Now, it is a collective reading, so not everything will resonate for everybody. Please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages within this reading, please check your other placements. You may find something in there. Now, as it is a timeless reading, it should be, or it's likely to be relevant for you whenever it drops into your feed. However, it could be relevant to your past, future, or your present. Today is the 23rd of July. That's when I'm recording it. But like I say, it is timeless. It could be relevant at any point. If you do like your message today, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help push the message out to anybody else that needs to hear it. Okay, so as normal, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just a message that Spirit wants to give with regards to any current financial situations that the collective of Virgo may find themselves in. So let's get into it. Spirit, can we get some cards for the collective of Virgo, please, with regards to their current financial circumstances? Can we get some cards for the collective of Virgo, please, Spirit? One more card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. So the overall energy we've got on the bottom of the deck is this Ace of Wands. Now that is currently in the reverse. So it is suggesting to me that you are potentially somebody that works really, really hard for the money that you get. Now, you don't always get the money that you earn with regards to that hard work. So maybe you're overworking. Potentially the whole saying of overworked and underpaid could be something that's really relevant to yourself. You could also be a Virgo that is in the energy of you should, maybe some of you might think that you get money from not working as hard as you could do, and you might think that money should come to you a little bit more easily. But to me, if you are any normal Virgo, as you are a service sign, you're more than likely to be a Virgo that is extremely hardworking, and you're probably not getting the recognition or the remuneration for the hard work that you're actually putting in. Now, it is suggesting as well that you do know how to make money work for you, but you might not be making your money work for you quite as well as you could be at this point in time, or at least that's your overall energy. Now, in your actual current position, we do have a 10 of Swords. Now, that 10 of Swords, again, it's in the reverse, and now that's telling me that you may be a little bit obsessed over money. You're aware it doesn't necessarily bring you happiness, but you do you may be spending it a little bit too much, trying to make yourself happy by spending it. So generally, we know that money doesn't bring us happiness, but sometimes we can spend money on things that do make us happy. Very much like if you, how do I put it? Maybe you like a particular type of, you might like dancing. Maybe you're obsessed with dancing. You know, sometimes you might be spending money to do it instead of dancing in your house. Maybe you want to go out dancing. Maybe you want dance lessons, and you're just spending money because it's making you happy. Now, you are fully aware that money isn't the root of your happiness. It isn't what makes you happy, but you are spending it on things that make you happy. Let's get some clarification of that. It could suggest as well that you may be a little bit obsessed at the moment over making sure that you've got enough money in order to do things that make you happy. Now we've got a King of Wands and a High Priestess that have just jumped out to clarify that. What's that one? And we've got a Queen of Cups as well. So it's the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the King of Wands and the High Priestess. Now, that King of Wands then is suggesting to me that you've got a lot of financial wisdom and you're quite happy to share it with other people. So you're fully aware of how to do a lot of saving. And your financial knowledge is absolutely fantastic at the minute. You could do a lot with it. You do try and spend it wisely as well. And you may be giving to a lot of charities too. But you don't really know, or you don't really have much of a philosophy behind money. Maybe you might need to look up some philosophies as such. Maybe, I mean, that's, I don't even know what financial philosophies are, I'll be honest. So maybe that might be something that, you know, I might need to look up. I'm a Virgo. Clearly that's something I need to do. Looking up some financial philosophies. But yeah, so it's very much if you know exactly how to make money, you know how to look after your money, you know how to spend it wisely, but you might just be on a bit of a spending bender as well. So you've got all that knowledge there. You don't necessarily know philosophies behind it. But yeah, but you're fully aware of what to do, how to save it, how to spend it, how to not waste it, but you're just still spending at the moment because maybe you're feeling a little bit down and you're trying to make yourself feel happy, and you're kind of spending out on your hobbies to make you feel a bit happier. You know, it could even be that maybe you've got children and making them happy makes you happy, so maybe you're spending on your children, you know. It could be any number of things, but you are aware of how you need to look after money, how to save it, and you are generally somebody that, you know, you will give to charity as well. Could very much be that you're trying to spend money on things that you see as being charitable. Maybe you're helping somebody else, you know, find their feet with something, and you're spending money with them because you might feel good about spending money on other people to, you know, as some sort of charitable act potentially. Now, what we've got is in your blockage, we've got this Ace of Cups at the moment, and that's come out in a challenge position. This light is pretty awful, isn't it? It's very glaring. Let's see if I can make it a little bit. Just burnt myself on my lamp. So there we go. We've got the Ace of Cups there. So the Ace of Cups came out in a challenge position. Now that's suggesting to me that you may have some opportunities that are available, but you're not really looking at them. You might even be missing those opportunities, or you've got new opportunities and you're just taking them without looking at what's being offered. You could just be refusing to take these opportunities as well, like I say. It could be either one. Yeah, let's get some clarification on that. But there's definitely some sort of blockage to a new opportunity. Maybe it's a new business venture, maybe it's a new job, and you're just not really wanting to take it up. So the Justice card. What's that? The Seven of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So we've got the Justice card in the upright then, and we've got the Seven of Cups and a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So that Justice card then is suggesting to me that you might be thinking things are a little bit too risky. So you're missing opportunities because you're not interested in risk. You may be not using your intuition with regards to the money as well, or whatever these opportunities could be. Maybe you are using your head a little bit too much and you're not really looking at it for what it could be. But it's meaning that what you're doing, so you're completely missing the opportunity and you're not able to to plant the seeds and wait for it to grow. It's like you're not going to be able to get the abundance that could happen later on. So what this opportunity could be, it could very well be something new. Like I say, it could be a new job. Maybe you have to start at a certain base level and you've got to, work your way up, which could be a great opportunity. But you're using your head thinking, well, I'm better than that. I shouldn't be working my way up from the bottom. But you're not going to get the benefit that you would get from working from the bottom. It could very well be that this could be something where you're looking at, maybe you want to start your own business and maybe somebody wants to go into business with you, but you might be, maybe they've got a lot of ideas for your business, but you're shrugging them off, thinking that, they're not for you potentially. So you could be missing out on that. That could be where you're spending your money as well, because you think that things are going to make you happy and then you're just not quite doing what you need to with regards to it. It's a tricky one because it's definitely not using your intuition, and you're not spending any time or energy on whatever this is because you think it's going to be too risky and not going to work. So it could very well be that maybe you're not even entertaining the idea of a new job at the moment, because you think with the state of the market at the moment, first one in or last one in, first one out kind of thing. That could be why you're looking at it being risky. So you're not using your intuition to go forward for something that you could really enjoy, which means you're not then planting, you're not putting the energy in it and the roots in it to see success from what that could develop into. Which I suppose could be any number of things. It could be, if you want to go and purchase a house, you're looking at the property market being too risky. Could be a number of different things with regards to any sort of investment, potentially. Now, core beliefs that contribute to your blockage. We've got this Hermit card, and that has also come out to the side in a bit of a challenge position. So, again, you're struggling to decide on what's, you struggle to decide on what you want to invest in, what you think should be the best for the long term. It's like you can't make up your mind on whether or not something's a solid investment, whether you put in any more time or effort into something. Maybe you've started something new, but it's not taking off quite as well as you'd like it to, and you're thinking, is it worth keeping going? Maybe you think, or maybe you've got your plan where you want things to happen really quick and it might just go too slow for you. Let me get 2 more cards to clarify, please, Spirit. Okay, so you've got the Fool card in the reverse. We've got the Ace of Cups and the Page of Pentacles come out in the upright then. So again, making choices on investments, new opportunities, being careful with them. That Ace of Cups again. Now, you could be somebody that refuses to be swayed by your emotions as well with this Fool. Maybe it's something where you don't let your emotions sway your spending habits or how you want to earn money or anything like that. You're very level-headed and controlled with regards to how you want to spend your money and how you're controlling it, which is weird because this Ten of Swords, spending money to make yourself happy, and then this is suggesting that you don't do that, or you don't believe that you should be doing that potentially. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because you are spending money and you've got the belief that you shouldn't be spending money on things that make you happy, you're then missing out on opportunities because maybe you're stopping yourself spending money that you need to invest in something that you enjoy. Maybe it is very much if you're starting some sort of new business venture, but you know you need to throw some money into it to get the setup that you need. But you might have spent some money, but you might think it's too much to keep going, potentially. So if you don't plough more money into it, you might miss out on that opportunity. But this is saying that, you know, you shouldn't, or you're fully aware that you shouldn't let your emotions, what makes you happy, influence your spending habits. Now, that Page of Pentacles is suggesting that what you believe you should be doing is looking over what you've got and potentially reassessing where you can spend that. So if it's something where you do want to invest into some sort of opportunity, you're looking at your existing incomes and where you can potentially shuffle things around. So maybe you are investing, but it's something where it's a really slow investment. Instead of throwing loads of money at it all at once, it's like a slow thing. So it could feel like you're just going really slow. I mean, this Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest cards in the deck, you know. So that it could be very much that you don't feel like things are going anywhere purely because you don't have the capital to put into it. So you're having to, you know, work out from the bit of money you have got, where can you reinvest, where can you rob Peter to pay Paul, essentially. Now, what you can do to improve your situation, we do have two more challenges. So we've got the Justice and we've got the Five of Cups. So they've come out in challenge positions. So again, then that Justice card, you know, looking over what those opportunities are and actually working out if it's worth the risk. You know, doing your maths behind it, working out the sums. Is it worth the risk to invest in it? Maybe you've got a lot of different things that are coming in, or you've got a lot of different ideas and they're going to require different monies to be spent, and you know, it's working out whether or not you'll get the return. So doing your market research on things like that. The same as if you're going to purchase something big or if you're going to a new job, you know, having a look at it and working out, is it actually going to be beneficial to you? And if it is, then, you know, go for it. But you might find it a bit challenging to actually do that because it's like you can't, because it's going so slow, you can't see the returns from it at the moment. Because this Five of Cups is suggesting that, you know, it might feel like it's a bit stuck at the moment, but you will get your goals eventually. It's just that things are not moving forward at this point in time. So that could be why it's really tricky, and you might find it really tricky to navigate the fact of you're not getting the fast income from it that you'd like. Okay, so we've got a Wheel of Fortune to clarify those. What else have we got? So that Wheel of Fortune is suggesting that you do try and spread your investments. So maybe if you are looking at buying certain things, or if you know, working on, if you want a new job, you know, you could, if you're able to have two jobs potentially, that could be, you know, spreading the investment of your energies. Maybe you want to work self-employed, you know, you could work your normal day job and then do self-employed in your spare time if possible. Obviously you've got to try and keep that work-life balance, because otherwise you're just going to completely burn out. But yeah, so it is something where, you know, it is suggesting that you do spread your investments, so you time your money, and you will get that success at some point. We've got this Temperance card in the reverse, that is suggesting that, you know, you don't need to let other people influence your goals and what you need. So if you have got people in your energy that are trying to influence anything, you need to make sure that, you know, you put what your needs are and what your goals are first. If this was in the upright, it would suggest that you should let take their influence on board. But when it's in the reverse, don't let what they want out of something. So if you're starting, for instance, a new job, and you've got somebody that they want you to take it purely because they'll benefit from you getting that job, or they'll get, if you how do I put it, a nice fancy job might come up in your peripheral vision, or you might be offered a job. You might have people in your team that want to push you for that job because they want your job, but you might know that that job actually is going to be a lot more hard work. You're not going to have the beneficial money, or it's not going to be any benefit to you money wise. So why should you do it just so that they can take your job and progress? Do you know what I mean? Or if, for instance, you want to buy a new car, you might have somebody around you that they might drive your car as well as you do. They might be on your insurance, and they might be trying to tell you what type of car you need to buy because they want to drive a fancier car, or they want they want a specific type. Instead of going and buying it themselves, they want you to buy it because it benefits them, not what's going to benefit you, not what you want. Again, if you're in partnership with somebody in a business, or if you started up a business and you've got people that want to support you, there's a lot of people that will try and give their input on how they think you should do things, how they think you should run things, and they haven't necessarily done any research on it, and they might be telling you, or they might have ideas because they think that they can supply you with certain things in order to get money out of you. So it's making sure that you do it on your own terms. Now, we also have this Page of Cups, and he's in the reverse. Now, this is telling me that you do have a lot of answers. You don't have all the answers where it comes to your finance, potentially because you don't know what any financial philosophies are. But you do have a lot of resources, you do have a lot of answers, and you do know what it is that you can do to improve your finances. So it is suggesting that you have got a lot of knowledge there. So again, not necessarily letting other people influence you as much is probably a good way to go, because you've got a good level head and you've got a good idea of what it is you should be doing, and you've probably put in a lot of time and research for stuff, or you should have done if you've done your your proper in investing into things and investigating things. Now, if you manage to do these improvements and to help with these blockages, now we do have the Sorceress as your outcome. Now that came out again to the side. The Sorceress is usually the magician in most tarot decks. Now that again is coming out in a challenging way. So it is suggesting that you make sure that you obtain money honestly. And it's also suggesting that when you do get money, that you do spend it in a rational way. So not necessarily just money, but it's the same as if you get a job, make sure that you're rational behind it, because it's whatever you invest your time and your energy into, you need to make sure that it's being done in a rational way. So not letting your emotions drive you into what you need to be doing. Making sure that you've got the right kind of level of assessment behind it as such, knowing what it is that you're actually looking at before you make a decision. Now we've got the World that's come out in the reverse. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and we've also got the Chariot that's come out in the reverse, all to clarify that Magician card. Now that World card then is telling me that you don't have to be fully, well, it's suggesting that you're, how do I put it? I mean, when it's in the upright, it's telling me that you need to be productive to earn and save. When it's in the reverse, it's potentially telling you to take a bit of a break and maybe a step back or let people help you. You don't have to slog your guts off and overwork yourself to make money. You can make money without having to overinvest your energy. Now, with that 9 of Swords, it is also suggesting that maybe you dwell on any losses that you may have incurred. So it's suggesting that, you are going to have better finances, but you do need to stop dwelling on any particular type of financial loss that you have incurred at the moment. You might be somebody that is thinking that it's never going to get any better, because you've lost a lot of money, and you think that what's the point in continuing because it's not going to get better. That's telling you to stop doing that. It will improve. You just need to make sure that you're spending your money in a rational way. The Chariot is telling you to make sure that you do, assess it before you jump in. It's telling you to, make sure that you choose the right path. When it's in the reverse, it says don't, in the upright, it means, don't hesitate, don't second guess yourself. In the reverse, it's telling you to evaluate it before you actually spend your money on it. So that's why we've got this rational spending. Maybe you're somebody that, you might have an idea that that's the best thing to invest your money into and jump straight into it without doing your research. It might be that you see a job opportunity come along, you think that's the best job that you can get, and you might jump straight to it without doing your research behind it. Like we were saying earlier, you might have people in your team or that you work with that are trying to push you into getting a job just so that they can jump in and take your position potentially, and you get stuck with doing harder work because you're used to doing a lot of hard work. You're somebody that works a lot, and you are very likely to overwork. So this is making sure that you do your research, you do evaluate whatever it is you're going to be putting your time, your energy, your money into, to make sure that it is going to pay off for you. Okay. Now, I'll get you an Angel of Abundance card. See if there's any more messages that Spirit want to give. Can we get an Angel of Abundance card, please, Spirit? Thank you. Employment change. So what was I saying about jobs? Okay, your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. So there might very well be some new career path, that's opening up for you, whether that is something that you want to do and you're doing yourself, whether that is something within your job, whether it is a new job that's coming in. It is going to be beneficial to you. Now, whether that is going to be beneficial money-wise or whether it is just going to be, beneficial to your life purpose. I mean, this does suggest that it is going to help you, support your dreams and priorities and passions as well as your life purpose. So you are looking, there is going to be something that's coming in for you that will help do all of that. You could have somebody in your realm, in your energies, that maybe you've got a choice of two jobs. One doesn't pay as well as the other, but the one that doesn't, the one that pays more is more stressful. It's not something that you want, as you're not passionate about it, but the one that pays a little bit less, you're more passionate about it. You could have somebody telling you to go for the one that pays more. So don't let other people influence your decisions. Make sure that you're doing it for yourself because it's beneficial from your own highest good. Make sure that you evaluate it and you know what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it, and that you're not doing it for someone else. Okay, I hope that has helped some of you Virgos out there with whatever finance, I was about to say reason then, financial circumstances you may have got going on at the moment. If you did like your message today, please don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It will help push the message out to anyone else, and you'll get notifications or when I load up any more content. Thank you for joining me today.